Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a T78. It's a Tier 6 American premium turreted tank destroyer. It's located on the South Spawner Mountain Pass under the command of YouWho of 606. And he's got a pair of binos and a camo net as his equipment. Although I suspect he should be carrying the muffled exhaust, because that's far better than the camo net. Anyway, he's off and he's running. That's the turret of a T30 or an M36 Jackson, married to the M24 Chaffee tank hull. And this was a definite idea that was proposed in July of 1943. They were going to use the 90mm because they found that a lot of the 76mm armed tanks that the Americans were fielding were having difficulty trying to penetrate some of the German tanks, especially the Panther and the Tiger. So they proposed to actually put together this kind of concoction, a blending of two different tanks to actually produce another tank destroyer in mass numbers, because of course they didn't have enough 90mm guns from the M36 to actually make it effective. So that's why they proposed it. They did actually, according to the history books, they did actually put one together for the trials, but it wasn't accepted, even though it was successful. So it never actually got built on a mass number. Oh, we got a Covenanter. Nice hit. The alpha on this gun is 240 with 160mm pen standard AP, with the premium rounds that goes up to 221. Oh, he's just got a blind kill. He anticipated the T37 were actually backing up to have a look and try and shoot past the rock. And yes, he got a blind kill out of that one. Nice. Yes, with 160mm of penetration, he can actually kill most of the tanks that he's up against. There's only a few that I think he might have difficulty with, but using the APCR makes certain of the shot penetrating. It's just going to be a little expensive if you use nothing but APCR. Okay, so we've got an M4 down there. He wisely decided not to shoot because the M10 Wolverine was actually in the way. And if he had shot, he might have actually hit the guy and lost the chance to get a high caliber. Because, of course, it disqualifies you if you damage your teammate. Well, he definitely hit the M4A376 wet there. And the Arty is firing. And the Arty on the enemy team is a Bishop. He's only a short-range Arty, but it means that he's probably not on the ramp. He's probably a bit closer than the ramp. Okay, so we're off and moving. Top speed on this little tank is 55 kilometers an hour. Of course, it's a Chaffee tank, which is very light to start with. Only weighs 26.5 tons in weight. Of course, the 90mm turret for the M36 is actually quite heavy. And in fact, that it has to have a counterweight at the rear. Of course, that's where they store some of the 90mm shells as well, as you can see there in the back. And so obviously they needed that because the 90mm gun is actually quite heavy. Okay, so he spotted that there's an M10 RBFM, and unfortunately our teammate just got wiped out, but by the M10. There's the Burza, he's AFK. Pumps one into the M10, and the M10 didn't like that. Got a high roll for 251. Yeah, he's backing up. He doesn't like it. He doesn't want another hit because, of course, another hit would finish him off. There he is, still there, but no, he's backing up. He's trying to get into cover. So we might as well deal with this AFK. It's Burza. Now, he can actually probably kill that Burza with standard AP because he's got the side of a Burza, which is actually fairly weak. He's getting high rolls, 242. Oh, well, that's all he had left, so that's gone. Okay, so he quickly dashes over to this side, just in case the M10 decides to try and engage him. Needs to go up the ramp, just to check out and make sure where everyone is. You can see he's got a high caliber before because he's got the marks on the vehicle. And he's proximity spotted the M10. The Bishop's not up the ramp. Now, can he get a shot on this guy? Oh, what a shot! As he dismounts the rock, he gets the kill. He's going to go up the ramp again because potentially he could spot the enemy tanks in a distance and maybe get a couple of shots at them. Churchill crossing the bowl at the moment. This thing's got a view range of 370 meters, which might be a bit too far for him to see that Churchill one actually. But he's proximity spotted the Bishop down below him. He's locked on. Oh, his gun flipped up and the Bishop managed to get around into his side, into the turret of all things. But it only did 164 hit points of damage. Oh, that wasn't nice. That was the M41 on our team firing in to try and kill the Bishop. We did get the kill for the Bishop, by the way, because YouWho managed to get his shot off before the enemy Arty fired one in, but he did get stunned in the process. So the M41 is definitely not going to get a high caliber. He's asked his teammates not to cap. The Semivente is capping at the moment. We've still got a bathtub, Semivente, and the M41. Although, given that the enemy is down at our cap at the moment, I don't think the that M41 is going to survive. He just killed the Porlak, and it looks like he did it with a shotgun as well, of all things. A 155mm shotgun. But he is under attack by both the Tiger 1 and the Churchill. There's the Tiger 1. Can he get a shot? It's very narrow. Well, he tried his best. He couldn't get the shot into the turret. The guy was going up the slope, so most of the vehicle was hidden at the time that he was going up. Just see a narrow part of the turret. The M41 is being fired on by the Churchill and Tiger. And yeah, he does go down to the Tiger. Okay, we fire one, we hit the tracks. That's unfortunate. Tiger 131 tries to fire back, but our return shot gets him, and the Churchill keeps hitting the tracks. I think he's on auto aim. He doesn't realize it's aiming for center mass, and he's hitting the tracks instead. That was a clean kill to take the victory. Nicely done. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for YouWho of 606 in the T78. He managed to get a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. He also got a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 6 in total. He also got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. I think he possibly could have ended up getting a Radley Waters at one point. His win rate for the game was 7,213, which is Super Unicum standard and quite a bit more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, there you go. We can see the highest damage was 2,556 hit points, and that went to YouWho. Second highest damage was the T77 on his team, who got 2,167, but of course he didn't survive the battle. And the third highest damage was the Nashorn on the enemy team, who got 1,809 hit points. When it came to kills, he's got that as well. He got the Top Gun, he got 6 kills. 3 kills went to the Nashorn and Tiger 131, and 2 kills went to the enemy M10 RBFM, the one that he killed, and of course also to the KB2, the S35CA, the bathtub, and the Wolverine on his own team. And when it came to base XP, there was only 2 players who managed to get over 1,000 base. YouWho got 1,409, which is quite a strong one, and 1,009 went to the T37. The next highest base XP after that was the T34 Shielded, who only managed 696, so really he wasn't in it. But let's have a look at detail. He fired only 16 rounds of 90mm ammunition. He got 14 direct hits on the enemy, but 13 penetrations. One shot, of course, was the Tiger 131. He managed to hit the tracks on that guy, but he made sure the second shot penetrated. 2,556 hit points of damage, of which 674 were at more than 300 meters. 4 hits received from the enemy, 3 of which were non-penetrations. Those were from the Churchill rather, who managed to hit the tracks every time. And 1 hit by way of splash damage, that was from the Bishop, which hit the side of the turret and glanced off. 150 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, and 6 kills. So yes, he was on for a Radley's at one point. 707 hit points of damage blocked, cause of damage assistance in that game, where he tracked somebody and got the damage as well. 45,302 credits earned on a premium account, but he could have earned a lot more because he did fire a lot of premium ammo, the APCR, when he could have fired standard AP or HE rounds. He did get a 40,000 mission completion bonus after that one as well. And he got 2,747 experience points as well on top of all that. It was a pretty solid ace tanker, and an interesting one at that, as I said, because he was playing it more like a medium tank than he was a tank destroyer. This tank is actually supposed to be used at long range because it doesn't have a lot of armor. The front of the turret is only 76 millimeters thick, and the rest of the vehicle is 25.4 millimeters thick. So any shell that hits it in the body or the side of the turret, it's just going to go straight through. So you have to watch out and be careful not to play it like a medium, but he did play it like a medium and it worked. So more kudos to YouWho for doing that. And just goes to show this T78, well, it's worth buying one if you've got it in the gift shop. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.